Mike 7, Charlie in the area, and it's Saturday Ragchew Net. We get rid of all the echoes, so that should be all the echoes gone. Just commencing the Saturday Ragchew Net. As I've gone live on TikTok and YouTube, we have had Whiskey Alpha 5 Romeo India Papa Michael in the Bond Tennessee key up, GW5 VOG Steve keyed up, Papa Delta 0 Mike Victor Papa John keyed up in the Netherlands, so they're automatically in the log. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to call for number 6 So if you'd like to be number 6 into the Saturday Ragchew Net, please go ahead with your call sign, name and location. Okay, left the gap there. There was just a quick key up from German, TG5ALY. So, Flamingo Tropicana, in Guatemala, is the country. So, yeah, there was a quick key up there. Got those details quickly, and chucked them into the log. So, right, we don't know who is listening. So the first round, for those that have not joined before, we go round these, well, it's normally the first 5, so technically, yeah, it is 5 in. Then we will call for more check-ins. Once we've got those check-ins, once we've got those check-ins, then of course we'll go round again. And then at number 10, people can check in with an over. So that's how it's always worked. But that's for the new visit. So what we're going to do first is we're going to say hello to HG4 ZKZ, who is listening on TikTok there. So we're checking the loggers listening. So that's Colton. And we will go round to Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5 Romeo India Papa. We won't be hearing from Rod unless he gets back in time. It might be a little bit later in the net. He's already sent apologies, G0EZ. So round to you there, Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5 Romeo India Papa.
Thanks, Chris. This is Whiskey Alpha 5 Romeo India Papa from a very warm, actually a toasty hot Lebanon, Tennessee, where the temperature is 95 degrees, but it feels, I'm sorry, not 95, it's 35 degrees, and it feels more like above 40 Celsius. So it is very toasty out here. I think you could cook an egg like some people do in their mailbox or on your sidewalk out here today. I was out earlier today, and it didn't take long for the sweat to start rolling. The person that quickly checked in hit my dashboard. He was from Guatemala, and his name was German Lopez. So maybe he'll come back through. He may just been passing through real quick. But you got to call in from Guatemala. And I guess that's about all I have today, or so far. Looking forward to a good long net. And going to say good tidings to Steve. And we'll get it kicked off and started. This is WA5 RIP. Back to you, Chris.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, thanks very much there, Michael. And of course, yeah, we've, well, what have we had? Oh, we've had an eclipse. We've got, of course, everyone has that. We've had our hottest day of the year. We've had, it does seem to be quite warm. It's not that, doesn't feel too warm in the shack, but then since last week, there's a little fan that I rigged up and hasn't been switched off. So, that's obviously probably checked the temperature day in the shack, but it's not as hot in the shack as it was last week. I did get that, Guatemala station, because all the details came up in my log as well, German. So maybe he will talk to us there. And of course, yeah, we don't bite. So we'll go round to Steve. He's got 2 weeks worth of gossip. He wasn't here last week. GW5, VOG. Round to you there, Steve.
GW5VOG returning. Good evening, Chris. Good evening, Michael. Who else we've got? Jan, German, or is it Herman, and Zoltan. Very, very international mix tonight at the moment. Excellent, excellent. Right, yeah, as you said, I've been away for 2 weeks. You cancelled 2 weeks ago, and I had to, unfortunately, a very late hour, I was taken away to a family party. And my sister-in-law and all their children and partners. And I was hoping it would finish early and I would get home at about 8:30, but I actually got home at 10 o'clock. So there we are, that's no good. And unfortunately, next Saturday, I'm in a hotel in Heathrow, and I might be able to quickly come on either for a short time at the beginning or a short time at the end. I'll see what I can do. It just depends what time we dine. So maybe missing again next week, unfortunately. But I'll be back the Saturday after. I'm going to Barcelona for 5 days after. So a week tomorrow, flying out and coming back a week on Friday. So there we are. Anyway, back to you then, Chris, M7CCS, GW5BOG.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, people might notice that when I remember I'm leaving about a 2-second gap when I press my PTT, then talking, just to make sure the call sign gets over there and no information is lost. So for the last, you've not been here. So for the last 2 weeks, I've been running the Ragchew Net from my Android phone. And that's how I'm running it right now. And so I'm currently using something called VoxDMR at the minute. And I do use QSO1 as well, which has got All-Star in it, believe it or not. YSF and DMR. VoxDMR is just DMR. There's also another one called Z3DMR, which is pretty much, it's quite the same as VoxDMR. So I'm not using a radio. I'm just using mere Wi-Fi in a sense. I have got it hooked up. I don't know what you can see there. Yeah, you can see more on YouTube. So here I do have a CarPlay screen, which over here on our car radio tunes to a frequency, so it receives the audio. So I'll lift that up a little bit. You should see it now. If you're watching, I have a CarPlay screen, and over here I have my Android phone. So of course, that's how I'm talking into it. I'm literally, I press the button, I'm chatting away. I've got a little timeout timer going along. I've got a little indicator of a bar going along, so I hopefully shouldn't time out. The whole point of that, about the fact I'm using a phone app, is, I do use a radio. I like to use a radio in the week, but whilst I'm sat here doing the net, I can tap away, move things on the keyboard and stuff, and it doesn't matter because I'm chatting away there, and I know if I'm getting near my timeout, if I get it there, it should beep. I'm not sure if it will actually, as my noises are off on the phone, but normally it beep. But whether it's going to beep through Bluetooth audio, I'm unsure of. So I'm hitting 2:30 at the minute. So and then we will be going to try another station. But I'm going to see if I can time out first. Not quite time out, but get before the time out. So there's the beep. It did work for Bluetooth. So I'll take a reset. Mike 7 Charlie Sierra. So I will try and call Jan now from the Netherlands. Papa Delta 0 Mike Victor Papa. Okay, I'll mark that as a listener only. So we'll see if we can speak to German in Guatemala. And then if I put a W in there and miss the U, I can pronounce it. Tango Golf 5 Alpha Lima Yankee.
Okay, Chris, good evening to all the station. My call sign Tango Golf 5 Alpha Lima Yankee. My name Herman from Guatemala. Thank you, our station. Thank you, our station. Very, very good, very nice. Our net 73, Chris, over.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, thanks very much there, German. And of course, yeah, nice to have you in there. And of course, yeah, you're welcome to hang around for a little bit longer. Of course, yeah, it's a little bit of a community net. Is of course, yeah, people that have been here a while, we end up changing the subjects. We do a little bit of food porn a little bit later on, etc., etc. And so when I do call for check-ins, if you want to instate yourself, you can. If you want to reinstate, but I've looked right now because you said 7-3. We're saying hello to N6UTP listening on YouTube there as well. So would anyone else like to check in to the Saturday Ragchew Net? If you would, go ahead with your call sign, name and location.
Kilo Alpha 7, Romeo Oscar November. Name's Ron, just like in the call sign, and I'm in Vancouver, USA, Washington State, West Coast, USA. It's hopefully my meter on this thing is showing it might be a little bit hot, so let me know if it sounds crappy. Well, again, thank you.
M6 DQB, Pablo Scala. Good evening, Chris. Good evening, all. I'm just going to be listening tonight, Chris. I've just worked out how to use Vox DMR, so I'm just still playing with it at the moment. But we'll be listening. Back to you.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Yeah, well, we got wrong there, K7RON. And thanks for checking in. We got Pablo M6CCS, but he is just listening. He's just got Vox DMR. Yeah, it's quite handy. It works quite well. And like I said, I've been running Next on it now. Pretty much since I bought the BRANDMEISTER back with the net. So I've been running it, and it does work pretty well. I've got an app called QSO1 as well, so that enables you to be able to do All-Star. You can register for your All-Star node login and everything, and then you can use it and use All-Star on the mobile phone as well. So you can actually, if you go into the YSF, you can change the Digi ID as well. And I have key through WDRG with it as well. So yeah, it does work there, fabulous. So just to get that out there, One QSO is a great app as well. The only reason I didn't use it is I tested on the Parrot with it, and the report didn't come back through my audio system very well, but it did on the Vox DMR. So I decided to go for what I thought was a better audio. So thanks very much for checking in, Pablo. We'll see if anyone else would like to check in. If you would, go ahead with your call sign, name and location.
Hotel Golf 4, Zulu Kilo Zulu. Thank you. I just here for a quick check-in. My name is Zoltan and I'm from Hungary and using the CDMR on-wheel app. Mike, back to you.
Hello there, Zoltan. You're also on TikTok as well. So yeah, if you can see my log on TikTok as well, and you can see you went purple where I typed you in because it told me that you're already in the log there. So yeah, I will update that. I will instate that as well so that you are talking. I'll remove the duplicate. And yeah, so nice to have you there, Zoltan, and thanks for checking in there. So, okay, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. I pressed the button before I finished speaking. Yeah, we'll put it back over to you there, Zoltan. It's good to know that you are getting in there. We get a little over from you, and of course you're watching me live on TikTok. Of course, some of the others are watching me live on the YouTube as well, because I am live on there under my call sign as well. It gives a bit of a bigger perspective of the chat. You see the window in the YouTube is the difference on live stream. Over to you there, Zoltan.
This is Hotel Golf for Zulu Vitamin. Yes, I'm just calling on my phone via TikTok and saw your live video, and I just want to say a quick hello you and to the other operators from the world. I'm usually using a Raptor radio, but now I'm on mobile and there is no any VMR repeater, so I have to use my Android phone to check in. I want to say bye-bye because it's almost 9 o'clock here in Hungary and I have to go to the bed. Thank you for the short TSO. And 73 from Hungary. This is Hotel Golf for Zulu, and thank you for the net. Bye-bye.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, and not a problem there, Zoltan. And of course, yeah, good to have you on the net. If you're on TikTok and you've got a license, it's good to get the people from TikTok to come in and check in and maybe stay with us for a few hours as well. But thanks for coming in, checking in there. So we'll see if anyone else would like to check in. If you would, go ahead with your call sign, name and location.
Sierra Alpha 3, Delta Sierra X-Ray, Darren from Sweden, Western Mobile.
Held in the garden, and I am listening only. Over.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. I got listening only. It should give me the details. No, it didn't give me the details, but it was M9TZY. And yeah, Darren from Sweden. Yeah, not heard you in a while. So we go over to you there, Darren.
SA3 DSX. Yeah, just out with the dog. Oh, you can hear me okay. I don't think the audio is going to be fantastic. I'm using the QSO1 application on the Android phone here, which is great, by the way. But I'm using a very cheap, very old Bluetooth earpiece thing. I'd be surprised if you could hear me at all, to be honest. It's one of those where it's not got a mic boom on it, so the microphone's sort of behind my ear somewhere. So I'd be interested to find out how good it is, or how bad it is, as the case might be. Yeah, all good here. I'm just walking up a steep hill and I'm properly out of shape, so I might start puffing like Thomas the Tank Engine shortly. So, yeah, all good. No, you've not heard me for a while. I've not been on for a while. I was just really just testing out this Bluetooth thing on the dog walk at the moment. So I was just having a flick round, and I saw on the I've got 2356 BRANDMEISTER as one of the favourites on the app there, and it showed activity. So I thought I was just open to listen. Actually, it's good timing. You call for any other check-ins. So anyway, hopefully you got some of that. Thanks to you, Chris. SA3 DSX.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. I've been using between QSO1 and Box DMR for about 3 to 4 weeks. And yeah, all I'll say is it's not droid stuff. without offending anyone. So it puts the MD380 encoder onto your phone. It downloads it, both apps do. It makes the encoding locally. So it's good. It was a good solid over. Your noise cancellation will account for things, especially on one QSO as well, because when you set things up, if you remember, it gets you to do all those little noisy levels, and it doesn't auto gate because it takes in your surroundings. So yeah, it was fully audioable, Darren, and it's working well for you there. And the other call signs are checked in was M9TZY, and that was Ray. He was listen only, so I will mark him as listen only so I don't call him, just making sure that he knows he's acknowledged. I'll call for one more check-in, and then I'm going to put it back up to the top of the list. So would anybody else like to check into the Saturday Ragchew Net?
November 4, Echo Hotel Tango, N4 EHT, Elaine in North Carolina in the state.
Yeah, Mike 7, John here. Thanks very much, Elaine, South Carolina, United States. That's exactly what my log said. Of course, it literally is, it's I forgot what it's called now. I'll just say X, but XL, that's it. It's an XL template. It's got some rules written into it, I chuck in the updated DMR database that you stick into a DMR radio in there, and it does a lookup when you type the call sign, and gets me the details. So nice to have you check in there, Elaine. And of course, interesting to know where you found it, or whether you just saw it on Facebook, or you just heard activity, or seen it somewhere. Mike 7 at Charlie Sierra.
And we'll try to check in again. We're using it's the Bridgecom Maverick, which is just an anytone handheld through their Skybridge Max hotspot here, and seems to work pretty well. So we'll have to check in with you, and I'll try to catch you guys again. Back to you in 4EHT.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie here. Not a problem there, Elaine. And as I said to the other check-ins, you can literally hang around there. And of course, when you're a bit more comfortable, you can join in with the conversation. Of course, the next couple where I'm going to pass it round, they're sitting there eagerly. And it doesn't normally take this long to get round for the second round. But they are used to it from the old days, and of course, it's nice to hear from people and actually know that the people are there listening as well. It's nice to know. So we've got Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5 Romeo India Papa, who's in the Bond, Tennessee. He's a regular. He's been here for quite a few Ragchew Nets, and we have been running for 7 years. And we have GW5VOG Steve. He's in Wales, and of course we normally have G0EZ, but he's not with us yet. And of course Endaf, he's honorary, and he's with us. He's been on a few Ragchew Nets, N6UGC as well, but he's listening on YouTube. He sometimes comes in on the radio. So we've got some people that are always here whenever we have a Ragchew Net, Saturday Ragchew Net. And of course we tend to say between ourselves, it's not that about the numbers, it's the quality of the net and the talking and the catching up. So without further ado, I'm going to put it round to Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Thanks, Chris. This is Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa from Lebanon, Tennessee, where it's running toasty warm here. Boy, you got an international flair this Saturday on the Ragchew Net. I've never made a contact in Guatemala. I would love to do that at some point in time. That's one of the South American or Central American countries that I have not contacted. Ron out there in Washington, I noticed that you're quite a ways from Spokane, so hopefully the fires and smoke and everything else that's going out there is not touching you. I hope so anyway. Maybe the winds are going maybe north of taking this away from you. If not, let us know how you're doing. Hopefully you're doing okay. Elaine, I used to be stationed in Virginia. We used to say those people from North Kakalaka were not bad people at all. And so it's good to have you on the net. Well, otherwise, man, you got people from all over the place. So that's a good thing. Word is spreading and things are bearing out. It's good to hear that. I'll turn it back to you, Chris. We'll listen for the rest of you. Maybe we have a bunch more people join us. And like I say, we'll have a really international net today. WA5 RIP, back to you.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, even if the people come and say that they're going, we know that they're listening. So it's good to have. And of course, one came in there from the TikTok, because I'm live on there as well as YouTube. And now that it seems to know that I'm not a recording, I put it in the title, and it seems to carry on going. So it's actually doing something. The algorithms are working, and it's going there every Saturday. People are following, and people are being alerted to it all working. I say that as it says that line is disconnected, but it still looks like it's going to me. But that's all good. It is nice to have the people on, so we'll put it round to Steve, GW5, VOG. Round to you there, Steve.
GW5 VOG returning. Yeah, this is Steve in Wales. Of course, very, very international net today. I think I've counted 6 countries, and I've got 11 contacts down in my log. I don't include any of the TikToks or anything like that, but that's not bad. 11 people, 6 different countries. Excellent. As I was saying, I'm in Wales, and I'm the only person in Wales at the moment, but of course, I'm forgetting this is net's not called the Wales Ragchew Net anymore, is it? It's just a Ragchew Net. Well, what did it used to be called? A Saturday Ragchew Net. Or is it called that now? I don't know. As I say, I haven't been on for so long, I've forgotten what to do. Great to hear you, Michael. Shame we haven't got the other musketeer with us, Rod, tonight. But anyway, I hope you're all well in Lebanon, Tennessee, and I hope that you and your wife's health is holding up. And I think with that, I'll pass back to the net controller, Chris M7CCS from GW5 VOG. Back to you.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, I know what it must be. It's got to be because one of the last times you joined, you never saw the timeout go on the net. So of course, you assume there isn't a timeout. Maybe that's what it is. And you're not watching the live stream. But on both live streams it says Saturday Ragchew Net, it says TMR BRANDMEISTER 2356 on both. So of course, it's going out there. So right, I'm going to look where we're going. So we did speak, and we did speak, and we saw another key up there. So I've just got it organised, and now I have. So we're trying up for TG5 ALA, and yeah, we go over to Guatemala. Over to you if you want to carry on with it. If you want to say 7-3, say 7-3, and I will mark you as just listening. Okay, nothing hurt. So we will try again for KA7 RON. Ron, over to you.
Okay, well, yeah, I missed the turn. Sorry about that. And you do have some things going on in the background here. So I also am currently using QSO1 and have messed with Lux DMR. Aside from one test contact, this is pretty much my first, my second contact and first net on DMR. So, and I'm noticing so far on the net that the ones using radios seem to have better audio than ones using the app. So hopefully this isn't too terrible and I'm understandable. So Michael, I am quite a ways working kind of the opposite end of the state from Spokane. So, so we are away from the fires. There are lots of fires throughout Washington and Oregon, mostly on the east side of the state. And this time around, nothing is very close to us at all. We have had some in the past that have come pretty close. This season, we've been doing okay. Unfortunately, we have some people, some friends and family in and around Spokane, and so far the people we know have been okay, but they are too close to the fire, and it's multiple fires, and unfortunately several people have lost homes out there, and it's a really sad situation. But so far they're leaving us alone where we are. We are at just across the river from Portland, Oregon, and Oregon has their share of fires in the central and eastern parts of the state too. So, good wishes and prayers for all the people affected by them. I found it on a Facebook post, I think this morning, and since I'm trying out DMR with these assets, what a great way to check it out. So here I am. I have a couple of questions. It shows the time as what was it, 2330 BST. I'm wondering if you if you stay with 20 whatever when it changes off of summertime. And because I'm going to put this in my calendar, my weekly recurrence, and there are some that stay with GMT time, and so I have to adjust that when the time changes. My other question is, I thought I heard you say something about recording, but I didn't catch what it was. I was wondering if you're recording the YouTube, because it would be really great to go back and see just how crappy this thing sounds on my Bluetooth on my phone. So, I must have timed out or something, which means I've been, 3 minutes. I'm going to have to adjust that. So, okay, I'll send it back, and thanks for letting me in, and 7-3 everybody. It sounds like it's great. KA7 Arlen, back to you.
Yeah, I'm like 7 Charlie Sierra. So currently we are live on TikTok. But it doesn't put, only if I go in there I can get highlights and I can repost them like that. There's a lot of effort. But the YouTube, one of the reasons I like to actually stream to YouTube is it stays there. So about half an hour after the net, once it's processed it, once you click under the live tab, you will see the previous Ragchew Net. It's currently on there now, live as well. It's slightly delayed. You did timeout, so the timeout went up on there as well. So yeah, when you're looking for it, of course, it's within the yeah, it's just over the half-hour mark, by about 6 minutes. So of course, yeah, that's where it will actually be on the YouTube replay. Your audio. But of course, yeah, you can happily listen back to it all as well. Of course, that's why I leave them there. So net members that don't get into the net, they can always go there and hear what the net was. So yeah, that's all good there. Of course, I'm looking at my comments there on the YouTube. I've got them in a separate window as well. So M7JCB is there. M9TZY, like Devon, just loaded the Ragchew on my handheld, great net, just listening tonight. And Bart says okay, great net as well. So we get the interaction from everywhere. And look by doing that, and of course, yeah, if I happen to see a comment on the TikToky, of course, yeah, I kind of try and answer that one as well. But the best way I made that go out is to make the computer think it's a phone, and it goes out better. So that's all good. And as for the time, I'm a little bit useless for that one, I'll admit. But I pretty much do 2 posters for the net, and I try and put on the newer ones a UTC time, as well as the British Summer Time. But of course, when we change from our British Summer Time, it reverts back to GMT. So it's like GMT +1 and then just GMT. So it's yeah, it's weird with all the time changes. Right, I'm about to time out, so we go over to Darren, SA3DSX.
SA3DSX. Right. Okay, I think you can hear me. I have the phone in my pocket here, and the latest update had well, it always had a USA one always had a PTT lock. So you can see it now. It makes the PTT line yellow. I know what you're saying about this. I never really liked Droid's. Well, I always appreciated what Droid started to do, and still does do, of course. But personally, I know some people love it, but I never really felt that the audio was that great. And then Vox DMR, I think, came along first. That was a bit of a game changer. That was really cool. And then this app's just it's another level. I've been in the hobby for 5-6 years now, and this is the most exciting thing since the OpenGD77 firmware came along, I think. And the audio's great. I mean, my audio is probably a bit pants, as I said. I've got this 9-year-old Bluetooth GP Amazon special earpiece in, and the microphone's pretty much behind my head, so I don't know how it works at all. I've ordered a better one, actually, which should be here next week, so be interested to... I should sound better next week. I'm going to try and get on regular. The nice thing about this app for me is just I've never really been able to get on DMR when I'm at mobile, so walking the dog, driving and stuff like that without taking a hotspot and a handy and stuff. So for me, it's a game changer. So yeah, I've been all week. I've been jumping on a net or random talk group on Fusion or DMR or whatever. So well, I think I'll do what the other gentleman suggested as well, and that I'll make reminders. I always remember that nets happen after they've happened and I've missed them. So I'm going to try and set up some sort of, I'll probably do it in Google like the other chap says, and try and get on more regular. Because it's been a long time, hasn't it, Chris? Anyway, I'm back home now, so I'll say 7-3. I'll probably listen for the rest, but probably won't come on
it's called again. So 7-3 Chris, cheers for the net. And it sounds like it's grown, hasn't it? I didn't know it was still on 2256. I thought you'd all migrated over to the XLX stuff and didn't use this one anymore. So that's cool. Because obviously XLX isn't on the app. So awesome. Alright Chris, 7-3 mate. And 7-3 to everybody else on the net, and I'll catch you again soon. Sierra Alpha 3, Delta Sierra X-Ray. Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, if you get on with YouTube, obviously it's just Mike also, Chris and Mike also, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. And pretty much, it was put out on the Ragchew pages for the people at the net to decide whether we continued on the XLX or went to 2356, and a lot of people said they wanted the 2356. Of course, these apps were being launched. Of course, good old Andreas and Mark and other people were doing these the videos on them, and it was all BRANDMEISTER orientated. But the thing is with the BRANDMEISTER is, of course, it's got the last hurt pain and all that kind of thing. You can pretty much see the activity. There is on QSO1, you will see there is, you've got all the pro features at the moment, because it's in beta testing. If you go into pro features, you can actually find nets. People can put their nets in, people can log it in there. I've been unsuccessful at doing that yet, but yeah, if I've done that, then of course people can see the nets as well. And I think they're adding things all the time. Of course, like I said, I can now do All-Star on there without having my own All-Star node on at home. And yeah, mobile, when you're going along, and it's Bluetooth to the CarPlay, because the CarPlay will just take over. You can have the phone in the phone over, and you're just doing a tap on the screen. And the Box DMR has drive mode. I believe they may be bringing it to QSO1 as well. So the driver mode, it pretty much just shows a call sign, and then you tap the screen to talk, your time out, and it's hands-free in a sense without having to, it will take on things. I've got a pair of sunglasses as well, Bluetooth sunglasses, and of course, those you can actually set it where you want your mic and where you want your audio. So I was actually over to Australia this week on the sunglasses as well. So back to 2356 where it all started, of course it's proved quite a little bit successful at the minute. Of course, we are getting people that have been around, and they hear it perk up as well. So that's all good. I've marked to 7-3 there, Darren. There is my time out. We're going around to Elaine there, N4EHT.
Yeah, 4BOG, Huntsville, Alabama.
Joining today, and it's fun just to listen, and glad I could get in. I enjoy talking all over. Just haven't been to DMR too. I've been a ham operator for over 30 years, and DX has always been what I enjoyed. So it's kind of neat to be able to do it through the DMR and D-Star and some of these other applications now. So again, I enjoy it. I hope to join back in with you guys every another Saturday, and I'm enjoying listening. So back to you, N4EHT.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, thanks very much there, Elaine. We also did get KF4BOG, did just key up there. I saw it, we're close to calling again, so I've automatically marked it in there, Michael, in Huntsville, Alabama. We'll see how up to date my log is. And thanks very much there, Elaine, and good thanks for joining us. And of course, we're here. Well, say we're here every Saturday. We won't be this next Saturday, but I will get to that as we go on. we will, Warren from BRANDMEISTER is on YouTube, so I don't know if I would get him on the radio. He probably could get on the radio, but he's around my area, because I'm in the southwest, so he could be on, 3DMR rather than the BRANDMEISTER, but he might put a comment in there and say, I can get to you on the BRANDMEISTER. And with these phone apps, and of course you can now. It is a bye-bye to Coplex in one sense, but it was going to happen at one time. We will go round to Michael, KF4BOG, round to you there. I don't know if you were just activating, but I did hear audio for you.
That is KF4BOG, Kilo Foxtrot 4, Bravo Oscar Golf. I just happened to pop in here. I got a message from SA3DSX on one of my groups that I belong to, and he is talking about this net and stuff like that. So, so I thought I would join in and see what this is about. I just joined your YouTube as well. I have not gone to Facebook yet and found your Facebook page, but I have joined your YouTube so I can watch it live when I'm not able to be on. But this is my first time here. Weather is extremely hot. We're at 100 degrees Fahrenheit here in Alabama. Heat index has gotten up now to 113. We've been really baking here in the States. Very hot. No end in sight. It's been like this for, it's been for a while. KF4BOG back to you.
Yeah, Mike 7 Charlie Sierra, not a problem there, and of course, it's nice to have you with us there, Michael. And of course, the power of social media and just make people aware of the net. And of course, the YouTube channel is Chris Charlie Hotel Romeo India Sierra and my call sign, Mike 7 Charlie Sierra. Or if you, I've not actually done it recently, but if you just type in Saturday Ragchew Net to Google it, you should get quite a lot. But some of it conflicts because of AI now. Saturday Ragchew, and I've checked that into Google, and of course, it's me. And it tells you, AI overview, it tells you it's popular week held every Saturday, 1930, hosted by myself. BRANDMEISTER Talkgroup 2356, net details. So that would actually correspond and change the times actually for, your region. If you Google it, then it starts to go on about XLXs when it's no longer there. It's just BRANDMEISTER now. And then you get a YouTube video comes up, Ham Radio Gadgets, done a video on the net as well. And then, Facebook comes up. And YouTube does come up the Saturday Ragchew Net as well, on the Saturday Ragchew Net as well. It'll bring up the latest video. 6 days ago, that was currently live now. So that should help with finding the YouTube. And once you're there, just subscribe. I'm not monetized. I don't check adverts in anything like that. Kenny's on. I'm just putting a voiceover now to YouTube as well because we go out on the audio. Droidstar crashes on BRANDMEISTER. You want to try a Vox DMR or QS01. If you want to get going very quickly, Vox DMR. Because Droidstar, it does crash. That's why the two new apps have been developed there, Ken. And they do work very well. And Vox DMR you can get from Google Store. That is only on Android at the moment, unfortunately. So we're going to call and see if anyone else would like to join us on the Saturday Ragchew Net. If you would, go ahead with your call sign, name and location, and an over. Okay, we left a nice gap there. There was nothing heard. And Ken's been on with us a few times. And yeah, his Joystar is crashing. But yeah, he needs to. The hotspot will probably be a better option, or like I said, box CMR. We'll do it even QSO1. But you might get up and running before the end of the net. It might take that a little bit longer, but I do suggest for quick simplicity, for the fastest, go box DMR first. But then go one QSO after, because it's a little bit more versatile. It'll do a lot more than the apps. So the transcoder is built into your phone as well, so it's not in the cloud. That's why I say good going through everything. So we didn't hear anything, so we will go up to Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Chris, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa. And Steve, thanks for asking about my wife. She's not doing too well here recently. Her conditions has kind of deteriorated more, and we're talking to the doctors quite a bit and trying to help her out. She has got quite a bit of swelling. At one point, she had gained almost 63 pounds in fluid, and that's back down a little bit, but she still is way too big as far as the fluid goes, and it makes it hard for her to breathe and things like that. But we're working on it. Hopefully, things will change soon. Ron, out in Washington State, I believe you're 2 hours behind me. I pick up this net. It's about 1:30 Central Time, which on my clock was about 18:30 UTC. Also, the UK does their time change about 2 weeks ahead of the States. So if you want to mark it on your calendar, they will be changing their time about 2 weeks before we do. And that's usually because I forget about it and join the net and there's nobody there. And then I realize it. So that's there for there. And Elaine, how do you like the bridge, your hotspot from Bridgecom, Skybridge? They talk about it quite a bit, but I'm kind of an open spot kind of person. You run open spots for my hotspot, and I run anytone radios. The rest of the radio, my DMR radios are all Intertone. I've got them all from Bridgecom too. So, and I also join the live event they have every Thursday night. So I don't know if you do that either, but that's what I do. Like I say, I kind of go with what works for me. Let's see, not much else for that. I guess we'll do our little food round here pretty soon, and we'll find out from Chris about next Saturday. But at this point in time, I'll turn it back to you, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. So I say this basically, but it basically is a definite in a sense. There's no Saturday Ragchew next week because the boys are paying for us to be away for the weekend. It was announced last weekend at a barbecue. They'd already told Donna, but Donna hadn't spoken to me yet, and then yeah, it was dropped into my lap. Pretty much the boys are going to a music festival. So we are taking them there, and we are bringing them back. But they're going to be away at the music festival. We're going to be, they're pretty much in an Airbnb or something somewhere. So yeah, we get a little holiday away. We're out of having to pay for it as well. Of course, hopefully it rolls that way. I think he knows that fuel has to go in the car and things like that. So yeah, they're going away to a festival. So we're going along, but we're not going to the festival. But they pretty much said to us, take us along. You haven't had a holiday this year, and yeah, it's not a fault one, to be honest. And I don't mind admitting that one. Yeah, so I was like, right, okay, that's okay. I've got time to say that the Saturday Ragchew Net will be cancelled. I can announce it on the net as well, rather than just going with it's cancelled this week. I don't like doing that. So yeah, and of course we're going round to Steve, and of course yeah, on the last Ragchew you joined, you told me I need to take my breaks. But no, you said about it's good to take a break and things like that, and I said it is good to take the breaks, and of course, yeah, put a lot of effort in to run the net, and of course it is nice to have a bit of a break. So that's why there won't be one next week. But of course, doesn't mean I'm not going to be around 2, 3, 5, 6. Like I said, this app, as long as I got Wi-Fi, mobile phone signal. Yeah, I'm not having to tether the hotspot to it, am I? And then run a battery for the hotspot, and then charge my mobile. Right, we're close to time out, so over to GW5 BOG.
GW5 BOG returning. Thank you, Chris, and thank you for all the work you do. Yeah, you do deserve a break. I did tell you that. I was kind of thinking you should have a period off in the summer when a lot of people are on holiday anyway, aren't they, and that kind of thing. Although that's not been the case today. We've had quite a good, strong net today, haven't we? Anyway, yeah, that works out very well for me anyway that you've cancelled next week, because I did say at the beginning of the net I'll be in a hotel at Heathrow Airport next Saturday, so I think the wife would have been complaining if I'd have been messing around trying to connect. So she'll be happy. I can give her my undivided attention. And actually, while I've been listening to the last few overs, I've downloaded Vox DMR and quite seem to be able to get it to work. I tried to put 2356 in, but not quite sure whether I was doing something wrong. But obviously, because I'm doing this as well, I can't really give it proper attention. But I was thinking, I'll use that when I'm in the hotel. That'll be a lot simpler. But anyway, no need, so that's okay. I'll definitely be back the Saturday after. So if you're having one then, I should be able to join. And yeah, it's strange because looking at your I have got the live feed on YouTube on, so with Saturday Ragchew Net written on it. But looking at the picture there, all your equipment you've got there, and we used to link into lots of different nodes and that kind of thing. Then you went back to simplicity with just 2356. Now you're going even more simplicity with just your mobile phone. So it's strange, isn't it? I bet you in about 6 months' time we'll be back to being connected to millions of different things. So I noticed you've sneaked in a message about on PyStar you can connect to Fusion through Fusion. You could connect through Fusion to DMR and YSF to DMR. So you're already starting to expand into another network there. So yeah, as I say, that's worked out very well for me. I'm going to take my Zoom Spot USB and just do a bit of Fusion maybe while I'm in Spain, see what sort of contacts I can get. Obviously
you got to Spain and you signed out like 7 Charlie Sierra for riding. So you got to Spain and you signed out there, Steve. Yeah, it's handy for you in Spain because are you using alright? Yeah, if you use the phone app. The other thing with it is you do have to go to, well, you'll see the settings and things like that. You've got connection. You've got to build the BRANDMEISTER profile with your GMR ID number and your BRANDMEISTER password. Now, having done it, I nearly went and watched a video from Andreas, and then I worked out before his video loaded, before the adverts was finished. But he has got some videos out there, so he's made them, so I don't need to make them. Of course, yeah. But the one niggle I find is when I first went to use a box DMR, when I put it into the computer, because yeah, it will go into the computer as well, it was fine with my normal BRANDMEISTER password and everything. But I had to change the BRANDMEISTER password, and then once I changed the BRANDMEISTer password, I put that new password in the phone before I changed it, and then it started working for me. So yeah, you will probably find you might need to change your BRANDMEISTer thing. The other thing is while we're on logging into BRANDMEISTer and things like that, then you're going to need to go to radioid.net as well if you haven't already. So we'll remind anyone who is using DMR, you're going to need to go to radioid.net. It wants you to put your expiration of your license in. I just put the date 1 year from the day that I went in and done it. And it validates everything. Otherwise you'll kind of lose it and you'll kind of lose BRANDMEISTer, things like that. Yeah, well, at the same time, revalidate that as well. Message from Darren Street on YouTube, great net, nice to have it back on BM. Yeah, it's good to be back as well. So, I'm going to see where I'm going to. Something back to timeout, see this timeout, and we're going to Elena. There was something directed towards her if they're still there. N4EHT.
M7CCS, N4EHT. Yeah, I'm still here. First off, WA5RIP Michael. Yeah, I like the the Bridgecom items. I think so far. I've used the original hot open spot when it came out. I seem to be having more trouble with the Sky Bridge. Seems to clog up and kind of have to reboot it more often than I did the original open spot. So I'm not sure why that is, but I do like the radio very much. The Maverick. I like their Anytone products and think they work well, and I really enjoy using them. It's a little bit different for me from using the HF rigs I used to have, so it's a little bit getting used to DMR, but I really do enjoy it, and it gives me an opportunity to, since I live in an apartment now, I don't have a place where I can put up a tower, and also I enjoy being able to get on and talk still throughout the world without having to worry about a big tower location. But I do like the equipment, and I think the Anytone products are good. And I started trying to get on the Bridgecom, what we have on Thursday nights too, so I'll be on there some. And so I just said I'm going to turn it back over to Chris at this point, N4EHT.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Yep, you're welcome. And of course, yeah. We pretty much say you got 3 minutes and then you time out, 180 seconds, which is it was originally when I originally came to BRANDMEISTer, and that was in 2019, and there was still a reflector system then, as well as talk groups. So you could use the reflector, and then to activate, then you use talk root line talk on it. A little bit like using an open spot for those that use those, except that was on the Pulsar stuff. And so that sort of thing. So hotspots, yeah, they're still the standard. Of course, I say hotspot. I got a great big hotspot, just up so I'm thinking of them on YouTube and TikTok as well. But I've got a TYT MD9600, and that goes into a Raspberry Pi 2. So yeah, the MD9600 is basically my hat. So of course, yeah, it's a little bit more powerful than a normal hotspot because it is a registered gateway MD6CS as well. So there's that one sits on BRANDMEISTER. It sits on some free DMR as well. So that's accessible. And I'll direct to Steve before he timed out because I forgot to say. You were saying about expanding networks. No network expanding on BRANDMEISTER. BRANDMEISTER only, and the reason why it says you can use YSF is because in your actual Pulsar or WPSD hotspot, Skybridge, whatever it's called, in the Pulsar software or WPSD software, you can actually turn on YSF to use a Yaesu radio. Then you can turn on YSF to DMR, which is 00002 is the number. And then you can put the talk root static, or you can change them using the wireless X function. That doesn't work too well always. But you can use your Yaesu radio to come in and still use it. But it's down to the hat you use. So it's how it was sold to you. If it was sold as a multi-mode, then it'll probably do it. If it was sold as a DMR or just a D-Star and DMR, it was in the wording, in the writing. So hats are different. I'll take a pic. Yeah, MMDVM hats are different. So I've got to actually find my one which will do YSF. Normally if they're a duplex and you put them into simplex, they do YSF pretty well as well. And it's all about getting the BER setting correct before you start doing any of that multi-mode stuff. But it's not multi-mode in, I was just advertising something that's already there. And you can pretty much send your Yaesu radio into the hotspot and it will come out on BRANDMEISTER 2356. So the only thing you can't do, you can't have like a number, like your name after your call sign. It has to be just your call sign for it to pass through the BRANDMEISTER network. Right, we've done a lane, I've passed that back to Steve and that over, so we will go back over to Michael, KS4 BOG.
Kenny's here, I'm online now.
Yeah, okay, there was a little bit there. I'm online now, is what I heard, and yeah, I can see you're Awesome Net, yeah, at KF4 BOG. So yeah, you are on the YouTube now. So you can see me, and of course this is going to be delayed, but whenever I'm playing with the log, there's a log, and of course I can move that log up and down as well. Yeah, that's net mode, and of course you may have seen the start mode, they look a bit like that, but yeah, back into net mode. So that's just a little tool there for KF4 BOG, of what I control. That's why I've got so many screens as well, Steve, because each little one of them is technically on a separate screen, right? There was nothing about the multi-linking was the reason why I had any screens, because the multi-linking wasn't here. The multi-linking is, well, for what you were talking about is still in Scarborough and it's still in North Wales. And there's a little bit of the link in the southwest, but it's not here. So yeah, it's for that, and then everything else connected to Module D now, because there are a lot of 2356s on that Module D now, and they're all stateside controlled. So yeah, that's why it said on there, well, it didn't say on the live stream, but on the posters that go out there, it actually says no links, BRANDMEISTER only, and of course, yeah, I think bridges were burned in that sense, literally. No bridges were burnt. So, and of course, yeah, it was done just as well without any bridges. So that's all good, but you can bridge from your own high stuff. So we had a couple of words from Michael Huntsfield. He said he was online, so he is now just listening. So we'll go over to Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Yes, GJA's online as well. Papa here. Let's go back to Elaine real quick. I was kind of surprised. I don't know if you've done the live event yet or not. I think you said you were going to, but one of them, I do a net on Friday night at 8 o'clock on 3147, and I was surprised that one of the guys from the Bridgecom live event popped up on my net. Jim out of Music City, because I'm about 30 miles east of Nashville, Tennessee, and he popped up on my net. We talked for a little while on my net. So it was kind of cool to see that these guys that are out there on these live events also check in here. I've forgotten his name, but the men from Huntsville, I think it's next weekend is the Huntsville Hamfest down there. That's the biggest Hamfest south of the Mason-Dixon line, and a lot of people go to it. And the other one is in Dayton, Ohio, but this one is down in Huntsville, Alabama, so I'm sure it's going to be a hot time down there if it's as hot as it is this weekend. So y'all should have a good time. Hope you enjoy the Hamfest if you're going down to it. Let's see. Oh, food time. My wife, as I told Stephen earlier, has not been feeling too good, so she's not doing a whole lot of standing to cooking. But she loves to cook. She is, like I say, she's a trained chef, and food is one of her passions. And this week, let's see what she did. I got up this morning because she doesn't sleep a whole lot. I got up this morning and she was making cheesecakes for a friend of mine whose birthday is tomorrow. She's going to turn 81, either 81 or 82 tomorrow. We have a little birthday party for her over at our house. And my brother-in-law and sister-in-law are picking up catfish. So we're going to have a fried catfish dinner with all the trimmings. For those of you that don't eat the fried catfish, you're missing out. Let me tell you, I love catfish, and this is the place we get these from. And let's see, what else did she do this week? She also took some country ham, small piece of country ham, and made some biscuits, and we had country ham inside biscuits for breakfast. Something that was easy and quick to cook. So there's our what we call it generally cars is our food form for the week. And I'll turn it back to you, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. That's nice sounding food in there, catfish as well. There isn't any cat in that for anybody. That's just a fish. But yeah, it's all good. It's bad. I'll always remember back to Monty, bless him, posting pictures of his digestive biscuits with his oxo gravy. I think he said biscuits and gravy, and it's not quite the same thing. It turned out it's more like a stock than a bread sauce sort of thing. But yeah. But of course, that's why we get the catfish one in there. But yeah, it sounds good there, Michael, and of course, still eating well there. Of course, I've got what did I, well, we can have some cheese and biscuits later, but we did have some pizza and garlic bread earlier. No homemade freakaway kebab this week, and that was last week. Yeah, that's a bit of food form really. Next we will go round to Michael. No, we're not going to Michael. We just spoke to Michael until sound like I'm talking to the third person now. So this is where it gets weird. Yeah, we go to the GW5 VOG before I go totally mad. And you did time out, and I wonder if you saw your time out. Over to you there, too. And Ken, GW4GJ, you're acknowledged.
GW5 VOG returning, yeah, that's amazing, Michael. Your wife's not too well, but she's still cooking all that amazing food. That's really positive, I think, in a way. So let's hope things look up for her in the future. So, yeah, Chris, when you say, did I see that I timed out? I didn't. I wasn't. I was just sort of not looking at anything really. I've got the YouTube on. I've got my dashboard, but I was just looking out the window. I think or something like that. So I didn't notice till you told me. If you mean, did I see the timeout notice thing on YouTube? I did see that then when you told me I timed out. I looked and I saw it. And there we are. So we both timed out today, Chris. We're joint timeout kings. So, yeah, I had another little look at Vox DMR and downloaded the R-base, all that sort of thing, but still couldn't connect to this through it. So I'll look into it anyway. I'll have to watch Andreas's many YouTube videos. He's so prolific. He does about 10 a day. Although they're very short. I'm quite a fan of short YouTube videos. I think a lot of YouTube videos are far too long. I tend to fall asleep halfway through them and things like that. But yeah, there are some things which are mostly like podcasts without pictures, but they're on YouTube and they last over 2 hours. It's ridiculous. So I quite like short YouTube videos. So yeah, we've had fires in the UK here, haven't we? We've had extremely hot weather, as you said at the beginning. We've had our hottest day ever on record quite recently. There was a couple of train crashes caused by the heat, I think. The railway lines buckling, and we've had an area of housing in the Midlands of England and caught fire and destroyed about 9 or 10 houses, which is very unusual when we get wildfires. They're just usually out in the country. There we are, so it's all happening here. It's been a tiny bit cooler here today, which is a little bit of a relief. Still quite warm and actually bordering on hot, really, but they keep telling us it's going to break up. We're going to have a little bit of rain and that, but it never actually seems to come. Anyway, we can only hope. I never thought I'd be hoping for rain, but there we are. Anyway, so I'll pass back to you then, Chris. M7CCS from GW5 VOG. Back to you.
MW3BGN, good evening, gentlemen.
Mike 7, Charlie here, and hello there, Tristan, MW3BJN. So, let's look at the order. So next we're going to Elaine, N4 EHT.
M7CCS, N4 EHT. Very good. I don't really have anything else left. I say I don't think this evening, but I have enjoyed the net and appreciate you guys letting me in, and I will try to get in again. I understand you're not having it next Saturday, but I'll try to get it on my calendar and try to get in when I can. So I appreciate y'all letting me join, and I wish everybody a good rest of the weekend. In for EHT.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, yeah, not a problem there. So we now go to Ken, GW4, GJ8. You finally got on BRANDMEISTER. We did hear him, and I acknowledge that I heard you. So over to you there, Ken.
Yes, evening to you all from GW4, GJ8, Ken here, most official. Yes, it's been some time since I've been on. I've been so busy and other things, decorating as well, strip the lounge out, new carpets, oh dear. Done all my legs and muscles in. I was an electrical engineer originally, so I was used to physical work, but I haven't done much physical, I suppose, apart from gardening and other woodwork and things. It really knocked me out that lot. So there were, I'm on the hotspot. I've got the hotspot up and running. I've been trying to set up DroidStar on DMPMR, but now you've confirmed to me that there is a problem. So that's that. I installed it, DroidStar on another phone, and it did exactly the same. I can get on the Yaesu, Fusion, and all the rest of them, but oh dear, I'll just get off the floor. I've been trying to find the power supplies. I'm in the small bedroom where I got the indoor shack. So yes, I've been trying to keep in touch with what's going on. And I thought, oh brilliant, got DroidStar working. I can get on, I'll be able to get on the net, and then I find you're not using that link now, XL042D, whatever it was. Oh dear. So anyway, it's good to have it running. I just downloaded Vox EMR, interesting program. I think I heard somebody talking about that worldwide hub one day, and so I've just going through the settings on it. It all looks fairly straightforward to set up. Well, no doubt I'll have a problem or something stupid. It's the password that's going to be the problem, I think, again. I know what my password is, because obviously there's hotspots using it. But we'll see. And you can't be logged in twice, obviously. So we'll see what happens. I might have to put new passwords in altogether. Anyway, I won't waffle on because we'll only time out, and that's my bad habits. Otherwise, I've been involved with all sorts of other software and all HF and everything else. Back to you there, Chris. It's good to hear you all and everybody else. Oh yeah, my wife loves fish. She's an ex-chef, retired chef. And fish is her passion. I don't think we've ever had catfish. That's one thing I haven't had. Back to you, Chris. 4 Golf Whiskey, 4 Golf Juliet Alpha.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Yeah, Vox EMR, it seems pretty straightforward there to set up. Not like we keep saying, it's become a joke at the Ragchew Net, really. If you don't know something, go and look for Andreas's one of his 800,000 videos. But yeah, the other thing I have to say on that, going over to Steve, VOG, is shorter videos, getting the algorithms better, get more views, more adverts get played from a shorter video than a longer video, and more money. Longer videos like mine, if I was to monetize it, we would be having an advert clicking up pretty much every minute, and there would be no point in live streaming it. Hi. So we go over to Tristan, MW3 VJN.
Yeah, good evening, Chris. Good evening to all of the guys on the Ragchew Net. It's nice to hear you. I haven't spoken to you all for a very long time. Good evening, Ken, and all the others that know me. And coming through to you on the QSO winner this evening. Good to you as the BRANDMEISTER, and trust that everybody is well. And I am seeing the live stream there, Chris, as well, but I hope you and everybody there is well.
So I don't have anything else to say. I'll be listening around, and thanks for putting on the net there this evening, Chris. From MWCBGN, back to you, my friend.
Yeah, like Charlie Sierra. Well, yeah, I'm a user of the app you're using as well, Tristan, and yeah, QX01. The actual advertisement of the Saturday Net, it's a Saturday Ragchew Net now. Of course, I'm no longer in Wales, but of course, yeah, it all started on 2356, and of course, people still talk on 2356, and so, of course, and people of the net were asked, and of course, yeah, we came back to 2356. So it's all good there. But yeah, I do enjoy one QSO, but like I said, if you watch one of Andreas's 100,000 million videos, well, if you can't stand Andreas, go for Mark Ham Radio Gadgets. He's actually done one on one QSO for the Ragchew Net actually. It went live and it went out there last Saturday. So he does the videos as well. But yeah, if you get on there, of course, you will find when you weigh the options. Of course, I still haven't deleted. I haven't deleted Echo Link yet. I haven't deleted Box CMR. I keep coming back to it. And of course, I like that little tiny handout, time out beat. And of course, I know one QSO is having an update today actually. I don't know whether they've got a time out beat on there, but I wasn't going to risk it. Until I know there is a time out beat on there, but I prefer one QSO because, like I said, I can do the All-Star on there, I can do YSF on there, you can do M17 on there as well. So, and of course, yeah, it's got quite a few features, especially if you run nets as well, because of course you've got the net logger feature and stuff like that. So people that are using the app can see that the net is on, and they can join the net at the touch of a button by literally clicking on the name. So it's quite handy that, and of course those are in the free features, and as it's only a beta app at the minute, they're free. So that's all good there, Tristan. Right, as we are at the bottom of the list, we'll see if we'll see if anyone's there quickly that would like a quick over before we actually go up and actually start wrapping things up. Because it's got to that stage where I haven't realised where the time's gone, but we are on that 1 minute away from 2100 hour. I'll take a hit because I'm about time. Yeah, we are very close to that 2100 hour. So of course we will be going round again, but we'll see if anybody wants to just come in and say hello in 7-3. Before we go round and do the 7-3 round of those that are still here. And then I have to try and get through the list without signing out. We should be able to do it because I did it back in the old days. So if you'd like to check in and say hello and goodbye on the Saturday Ragchew Net, go ahead with your full sign, name and location, and you're over. Okay, nothing heard. So it's up to Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa. It's the last over and 7-3.
Thanks, Chris. This is Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa, and the time did pass fast. We had a lot of people here. You had a very international group, a collective group all over. Several people from the States. I think the States may have outnumbered everybody else, but which is kind of unusual too. But it was great hearing from everybody today. Had a great net. Kind of reminded me of the old days when you had a bunch of different people. We got to hear from all over the place. So I really enjoyed that. And it's been a great net, Chris. I hope it stays like this. Because I mean, not that we don't mind doing several overs again, but sometimes I'm kind of like Elaine said, I kind of run out of things to say. But it was great to hear from everybody. Good to hear from you, Stephen. Glad your travels have brought you back home. And Chris, I wanted to ask you, and I forgot to ask you, so maybe we'll do it next week. Ask about how the renovation was in the kitchen of Donna's place, because I know there were some problems before, and I keep forgetting to ask. So we'll have to do that at another time, I guess. Hope everybody has a great week. 73 to everybody. Stay safe out there. We'll see you next Saturday on the Ragchew Net. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa. 73 for now.
Hey, so hopefully I'm not blowing out the I've just turned down that audio there so I don't blow me a speaker out. And they told me that Michael was still transmitting the knife and TX. And I picked up the radio. So that's all good. You just go into the high powered hotspot MV6CS. But of course, well, we can tell you about Donna's renovations. So they actually, they came in the first day. I think we got this far last time, but they came in the first day and they ripped it out. Then an electrician came in and done some electrics, put in a brand new light and everything like that. We queried it with him that the light may be in the wrong place to the plan. Oh no, they got moved out and it's rewired. Oh, okay. Right. Next day comes. He'd actually told us the ceiling wasn't coming out as well. Next day comes, they ripped the ceiling down. The light does go into the right place. Electrician comes back out to do a bit more work. That was all good. Then they get on, they fit the kitchen, they tile it, they paint it. Then they work out that the extractor fan don't work. And the cable is behind the tiles. They were going to be having to rip out the tiles, the everything, and whatever. And I said, why don't you just put a connector in there, put a blank on the front of that switch, and put the switch underneath the fan. You can extend the wire then. That's what we done. The outside lights, we noticed were on their LED, even when they're switched off. We were walking back into Donna's the other night, and I said, what's that wetness on the door? And I pulled up the lino, and there was a lot of wetness. Looked inside the cupboard, and the whole main electrical distribution box was covered in water. Basically where they've replumbed and put all new stuff and whatever in the kitchen, someone had done like a blowback on the water system, and it had blown the hot water pipe. It was a flexi hose, so they basically replaced a new flexi hose. We checked today, it's all drying out nicely. Those lights that we were on about are hardwired, but they are going to come back and have a look. So it was pretty much going so that's how the kitchen. So I think Steve was here the problems, or when I did the kitchen done. It might have been moving. So we're going to do G5 G ring.
GW5VOG returning. I'm not sure whether you passed it to me then because you were breaking up a little bit, Chris. Slight sort of digital distortion. Anyway, I was actually using a different radio, my Anytone 868. Just gave that, fired that up to check if it was still working. I haven't used it for ages. And so I quickly switched back to this in case your distortion was due to my radio not working too well. So anyway, I'm back on the TYT, so hopefully you can hear me okay. It's been a great net, very international, as Michael said. lots of representation from the USA, and I think the majority were in the South, weren't they? We had Tennessee, Alabama, and North Carolina, I think. We also had one in Washington State, which isn't in the South, of course, in the Northwest, I think. And anyway, yeah, so I nearly ran out of space on my bit of paper where I write my log. We have so many contacts. Didn't quite, I just managed to fit them all in. So anyway, speak to everybody again in 2 weeks, because there isn't one next week. So, yeah, best wishes to everybody, and see you all then. So, M7CCS, EW5DOG in the group. Back to you, Chris. 73 to everyone.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Okay, you were coming through that radio that I transmitted on, but you were coming through that. So, yeah, you sounded broken to me when you came back to me when you were saying that, and I had a notification. There's literally just been a drop in my internet in a sense, but it's all back now. So yeah, and there's been a slight drop in the internet, and yeah, it was affecting me going out and whatever. It could have even been the fact that the handy was on high power. It wasn't on the low power, it was on high power, and I'm sat right in front of it, even though it goes to an antenna on the outside. So it could have been that. But it's not a problem there. So we will go, where will we go? We're going to 10, aren't we? So yeah, we're going to go around the GW4GJA for last over and 7-3 then. So yeah, he managed to get it to work there. He'll probably have got CMR working by next week, and maybe one QFO. So over to you there, Captain GW4GJA for your last over and 7-3 on the Saturday Ragchew Net.
Yes, from Ken here, most official South Wales, GW4GJA. Yeah, fine on all that, Chris. Frightening, all the electrical problems you had up there. I'm an electrician, of course, but so I'm very, very familiar with what goes on. Yeah, at least you got it all sorted. These things happen, unfortunately. Yeah. Yes, I hope we'll have the box running. I can't see too bad for that. You said something about re-registering with something radiology or something .ie, I don't know. I think I know the net you meant, but perhaps you just give a quick reminder on that. I'll write it down, but I wasn't aware of it. I've had problems in the past with other things, but maybe not. What was the other question? Doesn't matter. I'll soon sort out my problems. Yeah, good to hear everybody this evening. First time for some while. And yeah, I'm using the old MD380 here with the very original firmware still in it. The latest firmware latest software for writing the code plug is not compatible without changing the firmware. So this goes back many years. Well, I haven't bothered because, I'm used to it, and I have it all on the little laptop. Why change it all? It only does a little job, really, for me anyway. But one of these days I might do that. But I have another DMR radio anyway, which is not on the hotspot, and that's the one I ought to get on. Uses OpenGD99 software, I think it's on there. Very good software on there. Well, when I'm up in Peterborough visiting my sister, I use the GB3 Peterborough repeater, which is DMR. It works fantastic up there. Right, got some time out. 73's Chris, 73's everybody else. Thanks for the QSO this evening, and hopefully we'll work again next week. So cheers everybody, have a good weekend. Golf Whiskey 4, Golf Julie Alpha, now signing clear. We've had a very much cooler day today, it's only 19C, so it's been brilliant. summer at last has arrived at the right temperature.
Yeah, Mike 7 and Charlie Sierra, thanks very much for that, Glenn. And, of course, yeah, you get yourself around the one QSO and stuff like that. There was something else, oh yeah, you know, the hotspot's working, it's working for you well, so that's not a problem as well. But yeah, the droid stuff, you know, that one's a bit outdated now. And the radioid.net. That's radioid.net. It's where your DMR number is registered. It came in on the 31st of July this year, and you need to go sign in there. I think they're doing a little bit of grace time, but you need to sign in there. Basically, it'll ask you for your license expiry date. Now, we know that's like 5 years' time or whatever. But, of course, will not expire even a lot longer than that. But, of course, we go in and we renew our licenses anyway. But basically, I go in to Ofcom every year, for the first day of the year, and I always log into Ofcom, validate your license. But now you need to go into Radio ID and validate your Radio ID. So it'll ask you to put a date in there, and literally I just put in a date a year from now, or a date. I actually managed to put it in a date to run out on the 1st. So of course, yeah, I'll go in, renew it. Yeah, it's not a problem. So we will now go over to Tristan, MW3 and VJN. Round to you there for your last over and 7-3 on the Saturday Ragchew Net. Okay, nothing heard. That runs in the background as well. Probably going to also whatever. Another end of top talk net is that because someone, it was funny that it was mentioned that about having a summer break, Steve, because that's what Oscar said on 3 stars, isn't it? He's going for a summer break. But yeah, there's got to be somewhere for well, there's not a net. There's got to be somewhere for people to go as well, isn't there? So thanks everybody for joining the Saturday Ragchew Net. So in the net tonight, we had myself, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. We had Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa from Levon, Tennessee. We had GW5 of DOG, Steve. We had PG0MVP, John from the Netherlands, Kida. And listen, we had GG5ALY, Herman, and that's from Guatemala. We had HG4ZKZ, that was Zoltan, he was on TikTok, and then he came on the radio. We had N6UTC on YouTube. We had K87RON, that was running Vancouver, Washington, United States. We had M6DQB, was listening. We had SA3GSX, Darren from Sweden. M19ZY Array, it was on YouTube and listening on the radio. We had N40EHT, that was Elaine in South Carolina. We had M7JTV, Warren in Kidderminster, listening on YouTube. We had KF4BOG, Michael in Alabama. We had GW4GJ, Ken in Murphy-Tidwell. And we had Mike Whiskey 3 Victor Juliet November Tristan in Wales, Newcastle Eminence. So that's, I think that's the North Wales. I was Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, 7-3. Won't catch you next week, catch you the week after, 7-3.